Welcome to Your World Within Daily. I'm Eddie Pinero, and in this episode, we're going to talk about recreation, or the idea of recreating one's self. I'm going to kind of set the stage for a video on the topic that's coming out on my Your World Within YouTube channel later today, and dive into how some of the most influential minds of our time, I would say, don't even really suggest or advocate. They say that the idea of recreation is imperative. It's essential. It's one of the most important things we do. And not only that, it needs to be repeatedly done in order to leave the ideas in the confines of yesterday and really embrace the opportunity in front of us. So what does it mean to recreate? Well, it simply means create again, right? Start over. The idea being we become so entrenched in yesterday that we forget that it has no effect or hold on who we are. But it's a continual process. And so I wanted to share a few ideas on it that I found online, and kind of first start with there's different ways to look at everything, right? Anything that you advocate for, you could say, well, here's what will happen if you don't, and here's what will happen if you do, right? And they're both important, but they're very different ideas and very different ways of influencing thought, of motivating or inspiring people. So I'm going to give both. This is sort of the stick, right, not the carrot. So people who cannot invent and reinvent themselves must be content with borrowed postures, secondhand ideas, and fitting in instead of standing out. Because people that don't reinvent themselves are shutting off that sort of creative spark, the opportunistic lens that is available when you realize, look, I can evolve into anything I want to be. There's power there. And this message is essentially saying, hey, you miss out on that. And then the carrot is, I thought I need to reinvent myself. I want every day of life to be wonderful, fascinating, interesting, creative. And what am I going to do to make that happen? That's a quote by Karen Allen. And again, it's focusing on the upside, right? The wake of the boat, the path that brought you to the current moment, it has no impact on where you can go next. And it's funny because it seems like such a simple thing, like such an obvious or intuitive thing, yet we're dictated by yesterday so frequently that I like to call attention to that point. It's like, just because you were X, Y, and Z, you could have been a million other things. It makes no difference. Where you stand today, the road in front of you is empty. It's blank. It's waiting for you. It's a path to be taken. And then the third thing that I wanted to, third quote that I wanted to read to you, it says, just as established products and brands need updating to stay alive and vibrant, you periodically need to refresh or reinvent yourself. And I'm actually not sure who said that, but I love the idea, right? Brands need makeovers. Brands need to stay exciting. Brands need to stay fresh, not only for their clientele, but for themselves, right? And I believe it's the same way with us. To put it all in a 10,000 foot view, stagnation kills. Right? To not be moving eliminates the excitement from life. And I think that excitement and that adventure and that possibility deep down is what moves us. It's essentially what allows us to do more, be more for ourselves and for others. And so the clip that I'm going to show you today is about recreating yourself. And it's called, I believe it's Time to Recreate Yourself. But it dives right into that topic, talking about how, when I have fallen into lulls in life, that is always an answer. And it always seems to be a solution, a lifeline. It's a light switch away. The idea that, hey, maybe you're defining yourself the wrong way, right? Maybe you're looking at yourself how you looked at yourself yesterday, how the world saw you yesterday, how you understood things yesterday. But what about now? What about tomorrow? And there are answers. When you look at life that way. And it's a way to sort of reinvigorate yourself and your life. So, like I said, I'm going to play this video, and I hope you enjoy it, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. It's about temporarily forgetting what you do have. Forgetting that contained within every dark room is a little light switch that hangs within an arm's reach. And see, the reason this is so powerful, the reason it's been so important to me, is because every time I'm in a lull or navigating a low point like we all do, I remember something that acts as that hand to pull me back up. I remember that everything I need, I have. See, I used to use the word stuck as to imply immobility, being powerless to the outside world, when in reality, I just had to remind myself that the path to recreation is always in front of me. And the map needed to navigate is always folded up in my back pocket. In essence, what I learned is that helpless is not a situation. Helpless is a decision. And one I'd simply never choose. Life's challenges, they are not a display of your insufficiencies. No, they are a reminder of just how powerful you are. If you never let yourself fall, hit a low, or lose your way, you'd never get to see the miracle that is your resiliency. You'd never get to look in the mirror and see the reflection that is the conqueror of worlds and the slayer of dragons. You'd never get to climb the mountain from which you'd ultimately look down and see a world of your making.